Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Thomas Was Alone. It is a game brought to us by Mike Bithell. You can follow him at Mike Bithell at Twitter, or you can send him an email at mike@thomaswasalone.com. Anyways, contrary to what that original title screen was, I am not playing Slender, which I had thought originally accidentally opened at first, since it's all brought to you by the same thing or whatever. Anyways, that's here nor there. Let's get into this. So essentially with this game, it's a 2D platformer. You kind of take over forms of AI, I guess. So the program was a failure. People forgot this. It was a massive flop. Coders started adding name strings to AI as the joke. Thomas AT23612 wasn't special. It was just an AI in the right place at the right time.
Thomas was alone. Wow. A weird first thought to have.
So in this whole game, it's kind of brought to us by a narrator, and so narrator, and it just kind of, the great thing about it is it fleshes the entire game to life. It's really amazing, and so like just kind of playing this tiny little block, it doesn't seem like anything.
His observations for posterity,
but it has
one.
It has so much character that's built into it.
2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
So I'm going to try to not talk during the narration, just because I think it's done fantastically well. So, but beyond that, I'm going to be talking and doing this kind of commentary. So I got a chance to play this a little bit. I did a recording actually, but...
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump.
Yay, jumping. So I did a recording of this already, but the music in the background just kind of drowned out the narrator and my voice as well, so...
Thomas had solved the great inverted fall mystery.
No more inverted fall mystery. So this game, it really just brings a smile to my face, honest to gosh.
A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
So basically, I don't know, you can't die yet. You can die later, but the game's just kind of teaching us through the tutorial about, like, you know, falling and jumping and how far and how fast your character can move and how far you can jump.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
I don't want the world to let Thomas down.
He was starting to suspect it might even be doing so on purpose. Paranoia.
It was paranoia. Alright, so let's see, what do we got here?
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might, or might not, be important.
Who knows? We'll find out. So I haven't finished this game. I only got to the first part of chapter 2, I think, but then I kind of stopped. So I think that's where I'm going to stop this, and we'll see how far I can go from there.
The world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills.
Always. So
it had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No. Too obvious.
It's like a video game. Uh-oh. But I love how this game just really...
Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it.
Yeah, he turns into fish food. So I was saying...
He made another mental note. 4. Water. Not good. To be avoided.
So I'm not sure if these have anything to do with something later on in the game, these little rotating things. So I have no idea what they do. But as I was saying, I think that this game does an immense job of just fleshing out characters that mean basically nothing. Just two-dimensional objects on a plane going left, right, and jumping. It just does an incredible
The
job at
loneliness was
being
getting
awesome.
to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
Aw. See, I feel so bad for this little block. He's so lonely, and to like come into this world and your first thought is Thomas was alone. That's just kind of sad. It just makes you feel for it. So it doesn't have to be a person or a thing that you could relate to. It just does. Well, I mean, I guess we could relate to the narrator.
Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper.
Best jumper I know. Except
He
maybe
was
a
evolving.
jumper. Like
He just
one in
wished
the Olympics
he had
who
someone
jump,
to share it with.
you know, for a living. But Thomas is just a small little rectangle. He's not doing this for the money. He's just doing it for survival. I really like the music. I submitted hundreds of report bugs. I told that idiot this would happen. Overlapping scripts. More than one AI was bound to be spawned into an environment at some point. Turns out I missed the point. That little error changed everything.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
So, the narration has just switched from Thomas to this angry little square. And so we're gonna kind of get his perspective now.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times. Well, not actually. Not technically graceful.
Can't jump
The
that.
wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Come on now. Chris is he's such a mean person. A mean square. Just makes Thomas sad. He's just trying to get up and have some friends and, you know, meet some new people. Chris is he's not having it. Even though Chris will obviously use Thomas as a spring jump platform. Not like he cares. You know, Thomas is a team player. Chris can't do it himself, but he needs Thomas, but he doesn't want to admit it. Come on, man. Have some respect. You know, he's just trying to do his business, have a good time, maybe meet some people, and you're just, you know, rain on his parade. It's just not nice. Okay.
Okay. This was more like it.
There you go.
A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him?
Well, the switch opened up some stairs.
Great, great. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely work.
Hey, come on, Chris. You gotta work together. It's all about togetherness,
Was
man.
this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem good.
It was good.
Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure.
Of course he is. He's not a downer.
Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him.
Oh, what do you mean? You'd still be trapped in that same
Sure, he'd
room.
been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
Right. See, you needed me, man. You needed Thomas, Chris. And Chris needs Thomas. You guys were made for each other. What's wrong with you? Can't you get that? Everyone should just be happy. Just, you know, hang out. Be cool with each other. You know? You're just... being angry is not getting you anywhere. Okay, so...
Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness.
Exactly. That's what this is.
That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up, if only for a few levels.
No, you don't wish that. You shouldn't wish that, buddy. Okay, so there's just something really, I don't want to say cute, but something very storybook about this entire game that is just, it brings me back to some point where just like, it doesn't matter what the game is, just as long as I'm having a good time. It doesn't matter the story, but the story is so like, it fairy tale adventure type deal. I mean, you're a hero in Thomas, and he's sad and lonely, and then you got Chris, this kind of unrelenting jerk at sometimes, but you know, at some point he's gonna give in. He's gonna like us, right? You can't be a jerk forever. Oh, here we go.
John knew.
Oh, John.
He knew that this was his chance, a moment to shine. This was game day.
So we have the introduction of John now, the large rectangle. And he is able to jump higher and run faster
This
and
would not
be
do.
cool.
John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway?
Well, we came from the same place you did, John. You just managed to get the lucky tall gene, my friend. Remind me of me and my friends. I'm like the tallest guy in my friends, which is weird because one of the shortest in my family.
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome.
Damn right it did. Alright, John.
Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use, time to show those little dots how it was done.
John can certainly jump far. That is damn true.
John decided to press the switch to let the little dots catch up with him.
That's nice.
John cared for his
I mean, I don't
man.
need your charity or anything, but it's nice.
You could
Thanks
tell
for the
from the
offer.
sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror all these years.
So John's been around for a while, it seems. Yeah, but Thomas, he's only been around for just a minute or so, you know? Makes me wonder how long these guys have been around. Or what they've been doing in these years. And so that's kind of the cool thing about this game, is that it fleshes out a story out of a freaking square and a rectangle and a bigger rectangle. And makes me laugh and smile like an idiot, but it's true. Fun game. Fun freaking game. I think it came out, I want to say in June, but don't quote me. You can quote me on it came out this year, but not the exact date. So if you feel like supporting a new indie game, I highly suggest this one. Thomas was alone, but now Thomas has friends. Well, not really. None of these guys seem his friends. They're all kind of in it for themselves. So Thomas, this one's for you, mon frere. Let's get John up here. He's gonna need to go to the end. Chris, can't do anything because you're low and small and angry all the time. And actually, I need John over here. Thomas is gonna need to jump up on this guy. And here we go. Okie dokie. John here. Thomas here. Chris is gonna jump on John. John needs to move a little bit out of the way. Chris goes there. Oh shit! Damn it! Didn't want to do that. Back up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so am I doing this right? No, I'm not doing this right. So this guy, he needs to get on these guys and jump and press the switch.
John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys.
Well, that's nice. But see, again, he's kind of narcissistic. And so he thinks that he's better than us because he's taller and he can jump farther. And Chris is mad because he can't do that. And Thomas is just wondering why the hell these guys are dicks. At least if I was Thomas, that's what I'd be wondering. I mean, it makes sense, wouldn't it? You know, these guys just mucking around. They're in it for themselves. Thomas is looking for a friend. He can't find it here because everyone is being mean. How sad. Ah, shit. Okay. Alright, John, you go over here. Me go here. And Chris can jump up. Good job. And we'll just... Oh, no. Okay. Chris, come back down. Not Thomas. Not Chris. Or by Chris, I mean John. And we'll do this again. Meaning Thomas, Chris, Chris. And... Just a little bit more room for Thomas to jump up. Can Chris jump up there? Yeah, I guess he can. Didn't need to do that at all. Actually, I guess I kind of needed to get John up there anyway, so we're all good. All good in the hood. Let's get Chris up one more time. Thomas. John, where can you go? We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. Alright.
He didn't mind them so much either. The red one, Thomas, had a charming way of applauding every time John jumped.
See? No, missed it. Okay, that's alright. Chris, I don't trust you to jump that far. So, I'm gonna need Thomas back down here. How am I gonna do this? Okay, so Chris. No, damn it. Chris, jump on top of John. And we will wait, and we will wait, and we will wait until the other platform arrives. There it is. Lovely. Oh no, still missed my chance. At least these two get up there. Thomas lagging a little behind because he's always alone. The poor little guy. Cute little red-ish rectangle of hopes and dreams.
The angry orange one was less immediately likeable. His unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John.
Yeah, he's there for comic relief, even though he won't admit to it. He's a jerk. Okay, so how did we want to do this? We're gonna get John behind us, Chris in front, and jump up. There we go. Thomas can jump up next. Chris a little more. Oh no. We'll try. Can we go this way? Nope. He just needs this little extra boost, hopefully. There we are. Chris gets to his. Thomas is gonna get to his. And... oh, John. There we are. Rain is rain. 1.10.
This was interesting. A floating target. This would require coordination, balance, and timing.
All the things that
John
I'm terrible
was
at.
sure the dots would be lost, but he was happy to guide them to triumph.
Oh, John, you are just my hero. I guess I should get Thomas over there too. I don't know how far. He can probably make it up. He probably doesn't need me. Oh, damn it, Chris! You ruiner of things. Okay, jump up and do it again. And Thomas will go. And then John will go. Chris needs to jump his ass up. Slow piece of orange doo-doo. Full of hate and rage. I almost fell again. That would be bad. Okay. So, get...
Maybe that's what the dots were for.
What?
They were there to extend John's reach.
Oh?
To make his performance even more impressive.
I don't think so.
John liked the thought. He decided to keep them.
You decided to keep us, Mr. Narcissistic. Oh, the yellow ones. So mean. And I think the initial group possessed simple variations in size and strength. More complex configurations were inevitable. As the era spread, these variations became increasingly extreme.
So, this was how Claire would die.
Claire,
She knew it would happen eventually.
you don't have to die. You're really slow, though.
She was rubbish at jumping,
Oh,
and she moved slowly.
yeah.
She felt a little like her continued existence was breaking some kind of natural order.
No. You're good.
The crumbling pillar was a dramatic death, she supposed.
I suppose.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
what?
Hey, hey.
Claire couldn't shake the feeling that she was not
Floating
in fact,
around, Claire.
It was at that
Woo!
moment that Claire realised she had superpowers.
Yeah, she did. Okay, so that is going to wrap it up for this episode. Now that we have just met Claire, and I don't know if that's all of the characters so far, or it is all the characters so far. I don't know if it's all the characters in the game. But thank you guys for watching. Please do yourselves a favor if you watch this video and you liked it and are interested in the game, just go and buy it. It's really worth it. You can find out some more information at thomaswasalone.com. But until then, we'll see Claire to this little square, and I'll see you guys next time. If you need to talk to me anytime outside of YouTube, I'm on Twitter. It's JSmith_OTI on YouTube. You just leave me some comments and feedback in the comment section, and I'll get back to you maybe. Hopefully. I usually try to get back to people. Anyways, whatever. I'll see you guys next time. Later.